Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show. Today is Sunday, February the 5th, 2017. Today we're going to explore a long forgotten and sealed off tunnel in Newark, New Jersey, as well as an accompanying long forgotten staircase and some abandoned refineries, all in this one area. So it's basically a triple play. Hopefully it's going to be a great video. It's quite cold out. It's about 30 degrees and it's cloudy, which is actually good news. I'm glad that it's cold out because in this area it may keep some of the questionable miscreants away from me. I am armed with nothing but my video camera, my digital camera, my high-intensity flashlight, and of course, don't go anywhere without my trusty iPhone. Bang. So, let's get started. You will notice that I have my car parked kind of at an angle behind me, basically sticking out into traffic a little bit. Normally, I always park safely off the road, but this one time, I want to be angled a little bit on the road so people can see the car, just in case, and it's just in case, anything bad should happen while I'm in this tunnel. I have reason to believe that it is sealed off at the other end. So once I enter this tunnel and walk to the far side, there's only one way back out. So let's do this. If you want to locate this spot yourself, take Route 21 south to the exit for Riverside Avenue, like I'm doing right now. You'll get off this ramp here, which will lead you down onto Riverside Avenue. When I get to the base of this ramp, I'm going to make a left turn, which is what you will do too, just in case you want to come check this out for yourself. Make the left, go underneath the highway, and you'll come to a set of railroad tracks which you'll go over. Follow the way the road curves, it curves to the left. Now a lot of the cool things on the right hand side we will come back and examine later in the video, because later in the video I walk back and I check out these refineries. But for now, let's worry about exploring the tunnel and the staircase. You will continue and you will proceed on Riverside Drive. Just follow the contour of the roadway. I'm slowing up now because I want to let some vehicles pass me that are coming up. And I'll pull back out. This ramp leads directly onto Route 21. It's a very busy access ramp most of the time. Now up here is where the action is. I'm going to pull over on the left side, right here. I'm going to turn the camera to the left. That is to record me as I enter, should anything unforeseen happen. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, I know a lot of you guys hate shaky camera, and I hate shaky camera too. So when I upload this to YouTube, I'm going to try and stabilize this video. So if all works out, that'll be fine. Now we're going to walk into this long forgotten sealed off tunnel. As you're walking in, you'll notice that the branches and the weeds have grown quite a bit. There is the date 1954, so you can see when it was constructed. Believe it or not, there's a fence right here, a gate on the left and on the right, that at one time was padlocked, but somebody forced it open, and it's been open for quite a while because the weeds are growing right through one of the gates. Now we're going to enter, and I had no idea what I was going to find in here, but my research did seem to indicate I would encounter a brick wall at the very end. Now I know it's getting dark as we go in here, and it's going to get pitch dark a little further in, but please do not think you're getting cheated out of anything, because you're not. Because once I take my first pass through here, I get to the end and I come back out, I will go back in with my digital camera and I will show you some other cool things. Things that you cannot see with this particular camera. Okay, I fast forwarded it, and you'll see I'm at the end of the tunnel now, shining my light on the light fixture and the brick wall itself. Now, I know you can't see it that clearly right now because I'm using that handheld flashlight and my video camera. What I'm going to do now is walk back out, and I'll re-enter with the digital camera so you can get a better look at some of the things close up. You might be wondering why this tunnel was bricked up and sealed in the first place, and you're also probably wondering why was it constructed. From my research, I've deduced the following things. As I said earlier, this tunnel was built in 1954, and so was the staircase right next to it, and the highway itself. Back at that time, this area of Newark was a thriving industrial hub and employed a lot of people. The properties you're going to see shortly border on the Passaic River. I theorize that a lot of people worked in this area, and after work, they would simply use this tunnel to cross underneath Route 21 and go home. I further theorized that the staircase we're going to go up now actually led to a bus stop. Now, I know it's hard to believe that a bus actually stopped on Route 21, and you'll understand better when you get up top. But I cannot conceivably think of any other reason for this staircase. Later, you will see some factories and some petroleum facilities that have long been shut down. So you have to think to yourself, these companies employed a lot of people, and there's not that much room for parking here. Besides, back then, I think a lot of the local people worked in these factories, and therefore they'd get off work and they'd either walk through the tunnel to the other side of Route 21 to go home, or they would use the staircase that I'm on now and catch a bus, maybe to Clifton or to Patterson or wherever they happen to be going. But again, I myself have never, ever seen a bus stop on Route 21 in my entire life. But seeing this dates back to 1954, I guess things were different back then. You'll also notice when we get to the top the amount of garbage and debris on this highway. And let me tell you something, it's not just this one stretch. This whole highway is used as a dumping ground by people. And it's sad. It's just riddled with garbage from end to end on the shoulders. And the state, while they are very busy, and they do take care of most of their highways, they seem to leave this one last as far as cleaning up litter and debris are concerned. What I'd like to do now is we're going to cut away to some screenshots that I took, some pictures with my digital camera, and I will narrate them for you. Okay guys, let's do that now. Get an up-close and personal look. We'll start out with this garbage-strewn roadside of Route 21, which is right at the top of the staircase, where I guess at one time buses did stop. You can see there's a little emergency parking area, and I've seen many wrecked cars sitting in this spot over the years, but I've never, ever seen a bus stop here. This is the view if you want to go back down this staircase where we started out. Again, heading down. And again, you can tell just by the foliage that it's been like this for many, many years. This is the view going into the tunnel. There's the gate I told you about, which was busted open many years ago. Now, it's funny how they bricked the far side, but not this side. Kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? There were hooks like this throughout the tunnel on the ceiling. I'm not sure what use this had. It has nothing to do with the electrical fixtures, as you will see, but maybe one of you guys can tell me. There's one of the electrical fixtures with no bulb in it. That is the only surviving electrical fixture. It's at the far end of the tunnel, right by the bricked up wall. That is the bricked up wall I'm speaking of. Back outside, this is one of the oil tanks. I'm not sure if refinery is the correct word, but I'm going to use that word for lack of anything better right now. And again, I never saw these particular businesses actually open. Maybe some of you guys have. I would absolutely love to get into those buildings. But as you will see as we go along, they have razor wire, so they don't want people in there. All right? You can see that the trucks would actually pull underneath here to fuel up. Man, what a history this place has. They even left some of the tankers right there, which kind of surprised me. And as you can see, people do go in here. This guy Clyde, the graffiti guy, is all over the place, as you'll see. There's one of the tankers. They never bothered to move out, along with a dumpster. There's the razor wire I was telling you about. They seriously don't want people going in there. But there was a break in the fence at the far end, which I'll be showing you. And I tell you, man, I was really tempted to go in there. But they have signs all over the place saying, keep out. So I decided I'd better not. Another tank. There's Clyde doing his thing again. Another tank, a bunch of graffiti taggers. What a history this place has. As you can see, the fence was knocked down here, probably from a car accident. So anybody could just walk right in. But you know, I thought better of it and I didn't. This is a factory, not related to the refinery I showed you earlier. That's another view of the factory. As you can see, people are using Riverside Avenue to dump off their garbage, just like they do on the highway. This is an active freight depot. I do see tractor trailers going in here during the week. These railroad tracks are dead. They have not been used in quite some time. And quite frankly, I don't know the last time these things were used. I guess I should ask the graffiti guys. I was thinking about exploring and walking along the track and going under the overpass there, but I just didn't have enough time to do it all. There's a close-up view. And look at the garbage, man. They just dump it here. This area kind of reminds me of the old Zariga Avenue in the Bronx when I was a kid. This is the way the road looks on a Sunday morning. Kind of desolate. This is the original cobblestone finish that's actually showing through in certain sections. That is the refinery. It's an entrance to one of the offices. There's a garage door half open. Winding staircase on one of the oil tanks. I bet there's an interesting view from that, right? And there again is the date, 1954, the day the tunnel was constructed. Guys, I hope you found this video enjoyable and helpful. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, tell me why, and maybe I can improve next time. I'm Crazy New York Driver, and you're not. Thank you for watching another one of my urban exploration videos. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be making more in the near future. Rock on, man, and peace!